Hi, I'm Liam and I'm here for BetPack TV, and what a weekend of racing we've got. It's jam-packed this weekend. Firstly, we'll start with the Tingle Creek at Sandown. Now, Paul Nicholls bids to win it for the 7th year in a row. This is amazing. He's won the last 6 years in a row, and he's going to bid to win it for the 10th time. So this is going to be quite a record-breaking attempt if he does make it. But it's going to equal the record for training the winner of a top-level jumps race 7 times, which was equalled by Jim Draper for Irish Grand Nationals between 1960 and 1966. So he can go into the books and join Jim Draper in the history books. But he has 2 horses in it. He's Tatiano at 5-2, which Ruby Walsh will ride, and Cato Stone, who's a half-brother of Cato Star, who is 6-1. But it's going to be very hard to oppose the County Waterford trainer, Henry de Bromhead, who sends over size in Europe. Quite class animal. I think he's the one to beat. He's currently 7-4, and he's my selection for the Tingle Creek this weekend. I think you can't go wrong. He'll be short enough. He'll be short on day. I think that's the one. So size in Europe for the Tingle Creek this weekend. Over the Aintree on Saturday, we've got the Beecher Chase. It looks a very competitive race. It's run over the Aintree fences, so there'll be loads and thrills and spills and a nice race to watch. 13-year-old Hello Bud is going to try and win back-to-back races. That's trained by Nigel Twiston Davies and will be ridden by his son Sam. But I think Desi Hughes is a nice horse called Rare Bob going over, and he can run a nice race. Desi Hughes won it in 2008 and 2009 with Black Appalachia and Vic Venturi, and he has a good chance of running a nice race. But Swing Bill is my pick for the race from the David Pipe stable. Was 5th over these fences in April, won in Cheltenham in November, and was 3rd on his last run. I think Swing Bill is a solid each-way bet, a quarter of the odds, 1, 2, 3, 4 places in the Beecher Chase at Aintree on Saturday. And moving over to Ireland, it's going to be an amazing weekend in the Irish racing world. We've got Fairyhouse on Saturday and Sunday, and it's not to be missed on Sunday. 3 Grade 1 races at Fairyhouse. You cannot go wrong. It's only 15 quid in. You might as well just go there to see this amazing, spectacular racing. We'll start off with the Royal Bond Novice Hurdle. This is an interesting contest. Willie Mullins is Sous Le CEO, French import. It's owned by Richie Rich. 11-10 favourite at the moment. Would be hard to oppose. Hacked up in the maiden hurdle at Fairyhouse early on in November. But the one I like is the Noel Mead trained Il Normanno, who is currently 3-1, owned by Gigginstown House Stud. So that's my bet in the Royal Bond. There's another horse in there called Galileo's Choice, who won a Group 3 on the flat and a maiden hurdle at Galway and a flat race at Galway as well. So he could be a dark horse for Dermot Weld as well. But Ilfer Lino from the No Mead stable at 3-1 is the one to beat in that, I think. And then we've got the Hatton's Grace, which Hurricane Fly won last year. And unfortunately, we won't be seeing Hurricane Fly in this year, but his stablemate Thousand Stars, the grey horse, is currently even money for that race, and I think Thousand Stars is the one to beat here. Willie Mullins actually has 4 out of the 7 entries in it at the moment. He's Morad, who's 9-2. He's Mikel Dagenet, who was a bit disappointing over fences last year and back to hurdles again. And he's Final Approach, who won the MCR at Leopardstown last year and went on to win in Cheltenham at 20-1. But Colin Murphy's mare, Volor Le Vedette, is 6-1 or 5-1 at the moment and could be an each-way bet. But Thousand Stars at even money, I think, is the one to be on for there on Sunday. And finally, we've got the Drimmore Chase, which seems to be just, they might as well call it the Gigginstown House Stud Chase, because he has 5 out of the 8 runners in it, owned by Michael O'Leary Ryanair. So it's going to be First Lieutenant from the Mouse Morris stable, has a great chance. Last Instalment from Philip Fenton stable is the pick for me. Won a Grade 2 nicely at Cork last time, and I think Last Instalment is the one to be on now. Bog Warrior, Tony Martin seems to think a lot of this horse, if he runs, he might be worth a bet. But Last Instalment is the one that I think will be winning the Drimmore Chase this weekend. It's going to be a Gigginstown Stud House horse anyway, but Last Instalment seems to be the one. And don't forget, this weekend at betpack.com, we've got our usual happy hour. We've got our second chance. So if your horse finishes second in our selected race, we'll refund your bet with a €10 free bet. So check out betpack.com/promotions for that. And for all my weekend tips, check out betpackblog.com. Giddy up. Be part of the pack.